I am back for this week. I apologise last week for the episode. It has been a hectic few weeks. A lot is going off in the world of me right now. Moving, so he's packing. So, next few weeks may be a bit hectic with video content, but I'll be on it as much as I can. And I'll make sure that this will not affect my posting where I can help it. Let's return to the tales from the kingdom of Fife. Sera's arm extended, knife raised, stabbing her mother. She removed the necklace that was around her neck. Her skin grew cold and pale, and it started to bubble. Her arms grew longer, her chest and legs extended, as she gained to a full, true size. Her clothes started to rip as she came to the true size, and she stood in front of the party, bare naked. But this did not bother her. She acted very nonchalant about it, as if they wasn't there. God, I hated being that small. Anyone that small is just useless. You can't run, you can't go off the tall shelves. People think you're a child. But no, you're 300 years old. Get worse. I am slightly pissed you found out about this. I mean, I was hoping to keep my identity a secret for easily another few months when I can get closer to the Quest Lords and pop them all off. Or try to find out any information you've got I could use. Because my hobby is artifacts. He needs to know what you're doing. He doesn't want group of rapscallions walking around his country. Up to no good. Future husband. Seeming I'm still pissed she killed off my last husband. She vaguely gestures towards the door where the spider was. The corpse was still remaining where it was. He even was a bit shocked and distraught. It's like, what? Why do you not stop us from killing your husband? What about your cult? We slaughtered them as they fought back. Why didn't do anything to help them? The imposter stood in front of them and just laughed. If they couldn't kill you, he wasn't worthy of being my husband. And as a cult, if they couldn't kill you, I just didn't do enough job training them. And it was not worth my time. I need to start again with better candidates. The imposter swiped her hand through the air. Shadows rushed across the floor to her and clung to her. The shadows condensed into a black liquid, forming an elegant dress that clung to her flame. The dress did not hide much, and it complemented all of her features. And she knew that. She tried to use this to cause a bit of stir in the party. Mainly trying to charm over Penham and Banjovi. But Banjovi had no interest, because he only cared about gnomes. And she wasn't one. The party just sat there, in awe, watching her act so nonchalantly, as if he wasn't even there. She grabbed a goblet of wine and started drinking. They was intimidated by the awe of malice around her. The level of not giving a fuck about her own family, you could say. And anyone who claims to be the future wife of Zogfax was someone they should be scared about. And there was. The level of power she had around her terrified them even more. They did not know what she was capable of. If she claimed her husband was too weak, and it couldn't beat them, it wasn't worthy of being her husband, how powerful was she? So they tried to be smart and diplomatic, trying to see if there's any chance, be it 0.5% chance, that we could get out of this without fighting. they were going to try and take it. Penham explained how he didn't want to fight or attack her, as just a lady, and he didn't want to attack someone when he didn't have to. All he wanted to do was protect his friends and get the hell out of there, because he knew they was in trouble. Vandar read the atmosphere of the room and could see whatever his mindset was. Knew he wanted to fight, but he just wanted to get out of there. But Vandar had a problem. That was her oath. Her oath was to protect the weak and strike the evil. In her true good conscience, she could not let her go without even a slight doubt that she would commit evil and kill again. The imposter and fake Sarah continues to watch, sipping at her wine. We will not kill you or attack you if you can promise us that you will not be evil, or kill or hurt again. The imposter that was Sarah just looked up and smiled and laughed. Look at darling Swility. Look what I'm wearing. Look where you are. Look at the people I hire and what I do for a living. Do you think I can honestly promise to you that I'll never do anything evil again or hurt anyone? Yes, I don't want to die, but that's not a promise I can hold. Just look at me. Look again. This goblet I stole from a church. I've taxed towns and villages nearby. Do you think I could? Vandar, still not confident, cast a spell. The aura of truth. Anyone here could not lie and had to be truthful. So tell me again. Can you be good? Can you live without hurting? She laughed and said no. Vandar had her answer. She knew what to do. She drew her axes and was ready to fight. Banjo saw this, and with the group of civilians behind them, knew they were getting in trouble and decided to flee with the civilians taking them to safety. Meaning that they would survive, but the party was a member down, and a crucial member too. Vandar pinged the divine sense and indicated to Keelan and the group that she was a vampire. Keelan had to think smart. She only has limited spells left and not much she could do. So she needed a way of overcoming the vampire with minimal spells of being a warlock. With a good nature check, she remembered that vampires, of course, are weak to the sunlight, and if you can get them out of the sun, light would become easier. So with her limited spell slots, she cast Suggestion. Suggestion is a wonderful ability of simple commands that you have to follow on a failed wisdom save. And she failed. And yes, she had legendary resistances, but she didn't want to use them. She allowed herself to fail. Because she was, at the end of the day, a spy. And spies need information and knowledge. So she went out into the sun. She could feel her skin slightly sizzle. Yes, I know vampires tend to burst the flames, but the powerful ones don't. She transformed the shadows into armour. Armour consisted of black mist with odd solid lines and swirly patterns. She looked at Penham and started to charm him, calling him all the most pleasant names. calling him handsome, sweet, lover. And it succeeded. She cast the charm, and now Pennell was hanging on every single word of this fake imposter, whose name they never got. So they didn't know what to call her, but she gained a name. With a flick of her hand, she cast daylight on the armour itself, radiating the vampire's skin with daylight and UV. This was agonising for her, but she could hold it off. She could continue to fight, even under this pain. Darkness from the armour spread into her hands, then solidifying into two dark blades. She indicated them making it one free swing. Pennell and Vandal ran in and started attacking. They managed to land some blows, but they were shallow, and they realised they was been impaled by the shadows, taking each a small amount of damage. They could fight on and continue fighting, but they knew it was going to be a horrible fight ahead. Kieran sat back with Eldritch Blast set ready, started blasting at her. But they could not keep up. She was just too dexterous for them. Dodging side to side, taking blows where she could take them, and it was just a dance of blades. She eventually grew bored of the fight, and arrogant at the same time. She teleported alongside of Kaelin, nicking her diary, the cute, sweet, innocent unicorn diary, opened it and started reading. She wanted to make this fight more interesting. If there's anything interesting knowledge which may be hidden in the book, she wanted to read out. She started reading through the notes while fighting. One sword disappeared. One hand on the book, another hand blocking the blades. So Kaelin, you're acting very fondly of this Vanadar, saying how cute she is. Oh, that's very nice. And how you like her. That's cute. That's cute too. Kaelin blushing, trying not to hide her emotions. I know this wasn't much, but Kaelin just didn't know how to act. Same with Vanadar. They both never had these kind of feelings. To have them shown out in public while fighting an imposter, just didn't know how to act about it. I was now scared that more would be read, and more of the history would be revealed, and it was. She read more and more as the fight went on, learning about Kaelin's sister and the new Queen of Unicorns, and learning about what they needed to do. She now succeeded as a job as a spy. She got the information. Now is the time for her to kill them. Vanadar did not let them die today. Vanadar was constantly popping healing words and points of healing into everyone, keeping everyone on the feet. Unfortunately, she was the only source of healing, as now Kaelin is out of spells. The swords and axes still clashed, and the fight wasn't going anywhere. There was a stalemate. As every time they got hurt, they healed, and this was the same for the vampire. But they knew the vampire can go on a lot longer than they could. But they heard a weird sound of distance. It sounded like a stampede. The ground shook, and something ran after them. It was a large creature, two giant antlers on both sides of his head. Words can't not describe it. It was bigger than a building. Deer-like features, but as muscular and as hench as a bear. They didn't know what it was. But the vampire was not happy. She cursed. She swore at seeing this creature. She's like, fuck. I want to do that as well? This is not worth the hassle. And before she could do anything, it made contact with her, sending the vampire flying backwards. And on top, there was a small little godling wearing a crown of thorns. Hello, I made my tag, and you're it, she shouted at the vampire. The party broke out into laughter and tears of relief, as they knew they didn't have many turns left of combat before they died. The godlings they played with earlier realised with help from the heroes they could beat the cult, and together they could bring out some of the greater fae creatures to help fight. And we did. With the king of the godlings here. Or queen. She don't know what mood she was in. Or he. Whatever mood they was in is what they wore that day. The battle was over. The vampire, now on the back foot, said, well, I'll see you when I see you. You have given me some nice information. And time to go give these artifacts for myself. If I've got them, you haven't. And my king will not fall. And me and him together, we can bring back my long lost goddess. And this world will be punished. And ripped apart as it deserves. Her body broke up into a horde of spiders, and it scuttled away. The whole party was stepping over, trying to kill as many as they could. It was a futile attempt, but it was satisfying to kill them. Meanwhile, Banjovi was getting back to the town, and as he arrived, his heart dropped. He could see the banner of Zargophax over the town. He knew what he had to do, but he was scared. That is the end of today's part. I hope people enjoyed as always. Leave a like, comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If this is the first time seeing us, well, I don't know what you're doing. Watch the previous. I now have a playlist with all the previous parts in. And as always, hope your game sessions are long and your crits are plenty. It's been Gandhi. I'll see you next week.